All this excess wind about the weather has a tad more validity if we understand the atmosphere in which it operates. The atmosphere is a gaseous envelope covering the Earth and held in place by gravity. Sounds almost disgusting, doesn't it? But this gas, or air as we call it, is a mixture of approximately 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, and about 1% various other gases. Also suspended in the air is water vapor, which comprises up to about 5% of the volume of the air. Now, the atmosphere rotates with the Earth and can be divided into 4 layers. The lowest layer is the troposphere, which you recognize by a decreasing temperature as your altitude increases. It's also where most flying takes place. The air in the troposphere is affected by the uneven heating of the Earth's surface, so it's also where most of the weather lives. The troposphere's altitude varies with the temperature of the air. It's higher in the summer and at the equator, and lower in the winter and at the poles. At the equator, it usually extends up to between 50 and 60,000 feet, but at the poles, it's usually only about 20 to 30,000 feet high. Now, the tropopause is the boundary between the troposphere and the next layer, which is the stratosphere. The tropopause acts like a lid to keep most of the Earth's moisture and weather in the troposphere. It's also where the jet stream likes to hang out. And the jet stream, as you may know, is a narrow stream of very high velocity wind, about 50 to 150 knots, that meanders in and around the tropopause. The next layer is the stratosphere, and it's characterized by no temperature change with increasing altitude. For those of you who like big words, call it isothermal, no temperature change with altitude. The other layers are the mesosphere and the thermosphere, but they've got little or no effect on the weather. So to recap, the atmosphere has 4 layers. The lowest is the troposphere, and it contains almost all our weather. Okay, now we've got what makes weather and where weather lives. Next, we'll discuss an important byproduct of weather, the wind, and how and why it blows.